Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Mindfulness Wednesday with Mary-Jo. Today, April the 20th. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope that everyone had a really good, relaxing, long weekend. So, welcome. And here's Mary-Jo to do our Mindfulness Wednesday.
Yay. Thank you, Barry. Hello, everybody. And if I haven't said hello to you, welcome as you're coming in. As Barry said, it was just the long weekend, Easter long weekend. And I'm sure all of you hopefully were able to enjoy that 4-day holiday, maybe from your usual, doing something a little different. I'm certainly not about to kind of go into any sort of banter about different religions or different things, but I do, and I often feel at the Easter weekend a very deep connection to the sort of the symbology around that whole celebration, whether you're Christian or a Muslim or a Jew or whatever. I think there's something very significant to be said about this story of Jesus and his, first of all, his struggles, which is really what, in the Catholic tradition, they celebrate on the Good Friday, is this, very long, arduous journey that he had to make with the cross on his back and with people making fun of him and throwing things at him. And the symbology of all of those things, I think, it doesn't go unnoticed, I think, in this time of great, uncertainty and a little bit of chaos on the planet for me. And what I look at in these stories, especially as in all the stories of the Buddha or the stories of Christ, or is the symbology and the referencing of what we can draw from it for our own lives and how that can inform us. And I think some of the lessons that, as I said, are, these ones that where despite all of the, the incredible duress and discomfort and ridicule and all the things that Jesus was put under as he journeyed, with this heavy weighted cross on his back and his thorns, he just kept forgiving people, and he kept, his focus on, the good and the brilliant white light or light or whatever of his Father and of the heavens. And I think that, we need to keep that focus now as we kind of move through these very uncertain and difficult times, and remember that, in each and every heart and each and every person, each and everything on this planet is the life force and this beautiful informed energy of consciousness and of something that's beyond this physical, that we all don't know really what it is, but we all can tap into that great wealth of, comfort and of solace, knowing that it's part of us. It's a part of what we're all made of. And I think it helps us in order to, first of all, understand some of the atrocities that are going on in the world in a way that we're not going to make sense of them, but we can hold space for them, because that's how humans work things out, apparently. Whether we agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. What the point is that Jesus didn't agree or disagree with, his torturers or his tormentors or the people that betrayed him. He simply forgave them and held faith in something greater in us and in humanity and in the greater consciousness of all that is. So that's really, I think, where we come to mindfulness and how we can bring both that understanding of forgiveness of ourselves and of anyone else, and forgiveness of what humans are going through right now, in such a way that we can hold space for the trauma, for the uncertainty, for the chaos to be what it is, and yet still hold this place where we ideally energetically hold each other in a higher caliber of awareness and of consciousness. And that also is the lesson, I think, that comes through for me in this, celebration of Easter, is this incredible place where he was a physical being on, Good Friday, and he was going through these, very extreme trials. And then a day later on Easter Sunday, he rises from the dead. And this symbology of that is also energetic. It says that really our soul, or who we are and what we actually represent, is, like Einstein and the quantum physicists would say, is everlasting. It doesn't get destroyed. And so that energy, that beautiful kind of crucible of your being is really is everlasting. And that's what we tap into when we go to mindfulness. Whether we understand it or not, whether we have a way to name it or not, doesn't matter. We feel it. And just before we begin, a couple of words from my teacher at this time is, as we live in this world of conflict, and we know that life provides some of these by the technologies that we live with, and we also have this indifference to our physical and our mental and our emotional needs sometimes. And we want to have this discourse that sows more cohesion than division. And despite of all of our, various efforts, our heart never longs for, or never stops longing, for living in deep connection, living in joy, creativity, rest, and most importantly, peace. So that's the longing of every heart, whether, we can see that or not. It is truly the longing of every heart. So from that, let's tap into the longing of our own hearts, and remember that any type of judgment is really a step away from our ability to be present. So we can judge all the things that go on, but ideally, if you can withhold judgment even from yourself, you can really tap into that place in your heart that is a restful place of peace, and a place that really only longs for itself and also for others. This idea of joy, of love, of peace, and of connection. So let's connect with our bodies as we begin. So just take a moment to ensure that you're sitting in the most comfortable position possible, that you can kind of feel into the spine being nice and extended in whatever form that may be for you. It may be just breathing in and really relaxing the collarbones and the shoulders, and so that the shoulders drape down the back and the collarbones open. If you're sitting back in a chair, if you're sitting upright, it may be just taking a big breath in. And even if you're lying in a chair, you could just shrug your shoulders up and then press your upper arm bones back into the back surface that meets your arms, and then let your arms just drag downward slightly as you open the heart and the collarbones up. And then coming into your own breathing and allowing yourself to now connect with your body. And as you close your eyes and move into our practice today, allow yourself to connect to those three things that we really use as our anchors of kind of where we are and how we are. And that would be your thoughts in one area, your emotions in another, and especially right now, we're connecting with our body, our feelings and our sensations. So just taking a very, very mild barometer reading, how you feel right now. How do you feel in your body? So we'll take a few breaths as you breathe in. Feel into your breath moving. Feel into what the movement of the breath informs you of. So does it inform you as you inhale, the feeling and the sensation as it moves in through the nostrils to the back of the throat, down into the lungs and the belly, expanding the belly? And can it inform you on your exhale to allow your whole being to rest and relaxation. And just using that for the next few moments. The sense that your inhale opens your heart, allows you to bring the breath into the belly and expand. And your exhale gives you the invitation to relax, to deepen, and to pause. And just letting that pause become something that brings just this overarching sense of stillness and quietness, so that you can begin to be like that glossy lake, just this beautiful reflection of all that is. No need to identify with anything that's coming through your thought mirrors or lens, through the emotions or through even your senses, your feelings. Just this place where you can let the mirror of awareness receive the information and then reflect it back out into consciousness, into the world. And just relaxing into your breathing, using your exhale to really invite the system to soften, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears as you exhale, relaxing the inside of your mouth, the flesh of your cheeks, the upper palate at the roof of your mouth, letting it broaden. To the outer corners of your eyes. And as you move into your practice, just encouraging your attention to always come back to your anchor of your breath and your awareness of your feeling body. Feeling perhaps that relaxation spread across your brow, spread up in towards your hairline. And just giving permission for your brain to relax, to just recede a little bit away from the skull, giving it the permission that it doesn't need to solve anything, doesn't need to analyze or assess or make any judgments. It just can be just this beautiful, spacious awareness. And just for this moment, you could just encourage and notice and feel, I am at peace in this moment. Sometimes we can even repeat that mantra into our brain, into our sort of cognitive thought area. I am at peace in this moment. And noticing anything that comes up and allowing it to be just forgiven and let go, and let yourself come back into your breath anytime a thought enters. And then these beautiful senses that we have that are our doorways to perception and to our experience of life. And we have 5 senses and probably 6 really. And we're going to just visit each one of those senses. First of all, allowing a sense of sound, your auditory sense, to turn on a bit more into your awareness. And just giving the mind something to do by allowing it to tune into all of the sounds that you hear. And allow your mind to distinguish whether they're close, near, or far. And keep allowing the sound awareness to be your centermost, most prescient thing that you're paying attention to. And then allow the muscle, the aperture of your awareness to just focus now on the farthest away sounds. So what you can hear further out from you in the room you're in. And then bringing your awareness back in towards you and the room that you occupy. And then feeling into what's present in the room you occupy in sound. You're here. And then bring it even closer in and see if you can tune into your own body sounds. Probably for most of us, that would be breathing or breath. And then relaxing the inside of your jaw again, relaxing the outer corners of your eyes. And using your taste sensation now. As you relax the base of the tongue, notice the taste in your mouth. Notice the taste on your tongue. You could even notice the feeling of your tongue. Relaxing at the root of your tongue. And relaxing the outer corners of your eyes, up where your sinus is. And then feeling into your visual sense. And noticing what you see behind your closed eyes. Some of us, that may be light, that may be symbols, maybe nothing. And it doesn't matter. We're not designed necessarily to see, but we do have imagination and we see things in our imaginations. And that's usually the area where we see it when our eyes are closed. So allowing that visual sense now to visualize your whole body relaxing. So just seeing into your body and where you need to relax. You may see, you may feel. And just visualizing the breath going there. On your inhale and bringing some vital life energy. And then on your exhale, visualize that whole region just relaxing, either spreading or deepening, whatever that visual might be for you. And the last sense that we have is our sense of smell, the last sense that's really articulated. And if you notice anything as you breathe in terms of smell, just taking note of that. And also noticing as you breathe in and out now, the feeling of your breath moving. And some of us may be able to notice a little bit of a vibration to the breath. Some may be able to notice the temperature change from the inhale to the exhale. The inhale being cool air and the exhale being warmer air. And just allowing that awareness of the difference, probably the smell perhaps, and the sensation of your breath, inhale to exhale. And then we're going to add the visual to the breath. So I'd like you to visualize your breath now as it comes in through the bottom of the nostrils and comes up through the sinuses, past the back of the sinus and down the back of the throat and into the lungs, filling them, and into the belly. And then the exhale, visualizing the breath coming back out and back through the center of the brow and out the nostrils. So just see how you can use your visual imagination to visualize your breath as a stream. And then we're going to shorten your visualization so that you just visualize it coming in through your nostrils. Visualize it moving up and in your nostrils to the midbrain on the inhale, and then back out from the midbrain through the center of your brow and down your nasal cavities on the exhale. So just a short little visual path in through the bottom of the nostrils, past the center of the brow, into the midbrain, and then back out from the midbrain through the center of the brow and down out the nostrils. And that visual awareness may also be experienced as a sensory thing where you notice the vibration or the wave-like quality of your breath. So you may add the visual and the sensory into the same awareness. And then coming back with your awareness into the place of your nostrils and your mouth and your inner cheeks inside your face. And just relax all of the tissue inside your mouth, at the outer corners of your eyes, and feel just a very slight, beautiful grin at the corners of your mouth. And imagine that grin in your visual awareness. Just feel into that grin. And notice that smile kind of opening up and spaciously informing all of the cells of your body into a very gentle grin. And even feeling that smile in your heart, in your heart center. And really what a smile represents is all those things that we talked about earlier, this innate desire and longing that all of us humans have for connection, for love, for peace, and for joy. And so just taking a moment to let your heart radiate that out to all beings, including yourself. And then very much with that loving kindness awareness, just allowing yourself to breathe in with that smiled heart, that smiling heart into your own being. And just as we begin to come back from our practice today, remembering where you are in the room, remembering the shape of your body, and then very slowly and gradually, perhaps wiggling a little bit, maybe rubbing your hands briskly together to just give one last nice little imprint of that deep space of presence before coming back into the room. And just shake out your hands. Good. Well, thank you everybody for showing up and for practicing. It's really in this little circle that we have, which we've been kind of steady for a while, the group of us. So way to go. And I always enjoy seeing you. Me too. Yeah, me too. Thanks, Adrian. And Terry and Kim and Linda and Jacqueline. And who else is there? Is that Carrie? Yeah. So take care, everybody. And Chrissy, thank you.
I enjoyed your chat before. Thank you.
You're
Namaste.
welcome. Namaste to all of you. And thank you, Barry. And we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. So we'll have 2 more, I believe, 2 more sessions in May. And thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Mary-Jo, as always, for.
Yeah. And also, just so you know, we do have 2 more sessions in May, but and I'm going to be working this out probably with Barry and Sonia, but I will continue doing mindfulness on my channel. So we'll keep it going, even though we're going to switch channels. And it may be a little bit different in the format, but we'll be here on Wednesdays if you want to join. So
Sounds